Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with another guide for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. This time I'm going to show you how to defeat Ancient Dragon Senessax in the Jagged Peak. Defeating this boss gives you an Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone as well as a Somber Ancient Smithing Stone, so it's a pretty serious reward for a decent amount of effort. I did this using a Gargoyle's Greatsword plus 25, I also have a Uchigatana plus 25 in there as well. The setup more or less kind of doesn't matter because this boss can deal so much damage at once that your armor rating is kind of pointless. I wouldn't say do it naked or anything, but you're mostly going to be running away from this boss as you do it. Luckily, even though you're technically inside of a cave, you can still summon Torrent, and I highly, highly recommend that you use Torrent for this fight. In order to reach this boss in the first place, you need to first get through the Dragon's Pit in the Graveside Plain area, which is the intro of the game. So just follow this road that I'm tracing. You have the road from the start, you cross the bridge, then you head south, and then you find the Dragon's Pit. You go through the Dragon's Pit, there's a door on the other side, and that leads to the Jagged Peak, and it's a fairly linear path from there up the peak using jet streams and crossing a few bridges. You will run into this boss as you adventure through this area. It's on a straight line. Okay, so from the Stake of Marika, I am just running straight in. The frustrating thing about this boss is that its lightning attacks all spread because you're fighting it in water. It's really difficult to fight this boss anywhere but the water. This whole cave has water in it, so you have to be very, very careful with all this boss's lightning attacks. So whenever you see it rear up on its hind legs, it will do a slam attack, and it can sometimes do two of those. Sometimes it'll spawn swords, and then it'll slam those into the ground. It effectively does the same thing, except the ripple effect of the lightning is even greater than just a hand slam. For the most part, I'm just doing my best to stay underneath the boss and near its legs, and whenever I am in front of the boss or close to the front of the boss, I'm trying to get behind it as quickly as possible. As you see here, I am taking 2 hits and getting knocked off Torrent. Torrent really does not have much health. I'm almost wondering if it's a bug in Shadow of the Erdtree, just because it feels like everything knocks you off of Torrent so quickly in this expansion. Could be wrong on that, but you want to try to stay on Torrent as much as possible. The boss can also breathe fire through its legs. That is also something that can be very, very deadly, because that flame breath lasts a long time. So if you get hit by it once, there's a serious chance that you may get hit by it twice. My Gargoyle's Greatsword has a poison infusion. It's not doing a ton of damage. It's only ticking for like 40 damage per tick. But I fought this thing for like an hour, and I was getting so tired of it that I figured, you know what? Anything helps at this point. So let's just try a poison infusion. And luckily, it worked. But yeah, it's a fairly standard Ancient Dragon fight, very similar to Lanciax in Altus Plateau in the base game. There's really not much different about it. It does have these gale bursts, these sort of wing bursts. If you manage to get out of it, you can just back up and then wait for the 4th one and then go in. It does not deal any damage, so even if you find yourself getting hit by it, it's not going to deal any damage to you. It's just going to knock you over, so don't panic while it's happening. You can actually roll through the wing burst hits themselves. You can roll through them. That said, though, since you're on Torrent, you're really not going to need to worry about that, but just in case you find yourself knocked off Torrent, you can dodge them if you want. It can be worth dodging them if you want to try to get a hit in. If you have a quick weapon, you can get 1 hit in per roll, but it also does allow you to stay with the boss after it finishes, and then you're able to get some more damage. So here are the lightning stakes that get slammed into the ground. Again, because we're fighting in water, everything ripples out, and the fight becomes very difficult. But that's basically the fight. It has no phase 2. It just keeps doing the same thing. When it flies away, you do want to watch out for another lightning slam attack, so just keep your distance, and then you won't have to worry about the ripple effect while it's doing that. And once it's done, just go back in and repeat the process. Also, don't forget about Dragonwound Grease. That's really strong against dragons and can help a good deal. The only downside is that it doesn't last very long when you enchant your weapon with it, and you can't enchant while on Torrent, but if you want to fight this boss on foot, go ahead and bring Dragonwound Grease as well. But that's it. All right, I'll let the rest of the fight play out, and you'll see how it goes. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button below this video. You can also leave a super thanks by clicking the heart icon below this video. Don't forget to join my community Discord. The link for that is in the description below. As always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.